Okay. Hi, everyone. Ray here. So, in part two of my 3 Days of Darkness dreams, I that whole entire video, I'm thinking, actually relates to something else, and I'll get into that, and I'll explain briefly why. I went ahead and I actually checked out two other people's, or three actually, other channels and their dreams on the 3 Days of Darkness. What I did was I filtered it by the number of views, and then I just scrolled and scrolled all the way down until I got to the very last videos where people posted their dreams about having the 3 Days of Darkness dreams. And in one of them, the guy was describing. I'm going to get into my dream later, but I'm just explaining for right now. Um, so he was saying that like he was at his apartment or at an apartment complex, and he walks out, and I guess this was from when he was like a little kid. He walks out, and then like everybody is like outside, and they're all looking up at the sky, and they're all wondering like where the sun is. Like it's morning, but the sun's not there. And so in my video, I was explaining that it was very bright because that's what came to me because I was thinking of the light pollution. However, like after watching his video, like I think uh, he was telling the truth, and my second part of my video, it could very well be like part of the 3 Days of Darkness. But after watching his video, I was thinking, you know what, this guy, he looks pretty honest. That's what I was like thinking. Um, that's why I scrolled all the way down and just watched the videos with the least amount of views because I figured those people would be more honest. It's not like they're having to post content. It's not like they post content regularly where it's the very edited videos and they're like popping out of the trash cans like hi and like upbeat and everything. So and they weren't like asking for like money or anything of that stuff either. They just wanted to share. So in my second part, or my second episode of my three Days of Darkness dreams, I think that one might have been something involving aliens, and I'll explain why. I've had I've had a lot of UFO dreams, so um, I don't know if that's unusual or what. I mean, I do have dreams where I'm like other people, and apparently not everybody has dreams like that. I guess it's part of like an open trait thing, according to Jordan Peterson or something like that. But anyways, in my second part, I think that the bright light, it may have been aliens or something, just beaming like light into the room and making it very bright outside. My last UFO dream, and I'm gonna name this part four because like who knows, like maybe the aliens actually tie into this somehow or something. So in my last stream, I was like walking in the fields. It was like a very beautiful day outside, and there was this spaceship that just came along across the sky on this like very bright blue, nice day, sunny day, and this spaceship, it says white as a cloud, and it looks like something from like Lilo Stitch. Like it has like these three little cylinder things under it, like they were like it was like half cylindrical. And I think there's about three, or maybe there's just two, you know, uh, and then it like curved up on top like a mushroom or umbrella, an open umbrella, and I was like watching it, and it was pretty high up above into the sky, but I was watching it and then I see this fireball come out of it. I think maybe it like launches it out from on top where I can't see. So I didn't see how the fireball came out of it, but there was this giant fireball that just shot out of it. It was probably like maybe half the size or bigger, somewhere around there, and it just like shoots out of this thing. And well, I can't remember the exact size of it, but it was pretty big, you know. And it launches out and it curves out like just like this, maybe in like an elliptical pattern, but it goes off to the side like that. I don't know exactly what shape that is. Maybe like parabolical or something like that. But anyways, it shoots off and it goes off to the side, and so it goes like somewhere like really really far away from me. But I end up just like waking up from the dream afterwards because like I usually just like wake up out of excitement whenever I have one of these streams just because it's so crazy. I always like tell myself, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, get all excited and everything next time. Like I'm gonna be like chill about it. But I always end up excited anyways. And so that was the dream. And so I've had other very interesting ones. Uh, and one of them was where I was just like looking up at the sky, and all of a sudden, there's one that just comes up out of nowhere, and it looks um, like an apartment or like a kind of like a suite or like like an alien condo spaceship, and it's got like a bunch of what looks like could be like blue windows that they could like look out of, but they're not like shaped like ours. They were the architecture. It's almost like I could imagine like there being stairs inside this condo and them being able to walk up it and just look anywhere from where they're standing on a stairs outward of this giant sweet looking thing. And I was just like I was watching it maybe for like 30 seconds or something, and it was kind of like box shapy, but you know there was a lot of curves and stuff. It was like one of the most interesting, it was the most interesting dream or most interesting looking spaceships out of all of them. And in this up and it like the blueness, it was like more opaquish in some areas, and it was like changing. It was like shifting to like lighter, to darker. It was so it was all like shifting from where it was darker to where it was more blue. Uh, but anyways, yeah, that was that dream. And then this other one I had, I was like waking up from like what looked like I was in like a Las Vegas hotel or something, um, with those like very large windows that you could look at it. And because I've been in one time. But anyways, like I wake up and like I'm looking outside, and like it's like all dark outside, and then all of a sudden there's like this giant spaceship. It's like the whole size of like this hotel Las Vegas, or yeah, it's like the whole size of it, and I could see like maybe most of it, or yeah, I think most of it actually. Like I think like the windows that I was looking out of, I think it like expanded like this entire. Maybe it wasn't a hotel or something, but you could see it from like everywhere, like out the window. Like this thing was like as wide as the building, and this was like a very wide building. I'm gonna say at the top of my head, maybe like 30 feet long or something like that. It was pretty big, and the windows extended quite a bit, maybe as much as like as two regular rooms or something. You know, from the floor upwards, like a two-story building. It had a very high ceiling, and the spaceship. It looked like something out of Star Wars, is what it looked like. and this thing was big, and it just pops up, and then all of a sudden, like it's like glowing blue in the room. It's all blue everywhere, and then all of a sudden, I just like wake up, because it was it was very wild. And then in this other dream, I'm like, I wake up, and like I'm inside my car. I wake up from inside my car, okay, and I'm in a parking lot. Uh, it's like it looks like the back of like an airport or something. Like I'm like just by some container ship or something, and I wake up, and like I look outside the back window, and it's all dark and everything, and it's like thundering and like raining, and like as soon as like I see the thunder for the first time, it flashes down, and from that thunder, like the lights reflected off of this UFO that I saw, and it was just like a regular UFO. It wasn't like anything real crazy or anything. But then I remember, like in a dream, I look at it, and then I just go back to sleep because I was afraid. And in another dream, I'm I'm like in this. It's like this more deserty ish area, and it's like this small poorhouse kind of deal. And I remember I was like, go, and I look out the window, and then there's like three UFOs, and they're far out in the distance. And I'm just watching them for a while, and then I like wake up out of excitement. And in another dream, I'm I'm riding on my bike around like this roadish area. It's like roadish, but then it's also seems to be some sort of a bicycle path or something. And I remember in like one part of it, like there's I was like riding my bike, and there's like this area where it looks like where trains could go across from underneath, the infrastructure above it, where there's just like roads and kind of stuff like that, houses and whatever else. And there's the side of the wall, and there's like stairs that go up it, and there's like this building right there. And it's kind of like well, it's kind of like what looks like a checkpoint building in like Pokemon is what it's like. I've seen something also like it from the game uh, Freedom Fighters, or it's like something like that, where it's like the Soviets versus America or whatever. It's a shooter game and stuff. So that was a good game. But anyways, in the dream, like I think I catch like a glimpse of the UFO, and then I'm like chasing after it, and then I don't think I like find it again. But so not that interesting of a dream, but I've had other ones, but I can't quite remember them. I used to have them like all written down, but again, now I no longer have access to them because some people just take things. They probably thought like I had like passwords or something written down in there, and then they just got my notebooks full of dreams. So maybe they'll make a YouTube video about my other dreams, but those are probably my most interesting ones. And I'll tell you what's more, you might find more interesting. And I wasn't gonna post anything about this, um, just because it's an experience like I think a lot of people would find hard to believe. But to me, it's like not that unbelievable. I've read The Cosmos by Carl Sagan, and well, at least like the first 50 or 100 pages. And so to me, it wasn't like that surprising. I figured, that they were, real and, probably already here and flying around and whatever. But this is real life too. what I'm about to tell you. I was at a gas station and I was sitting. It was at the car wash, and it was one of those self car washes. And I was like sitting underneath in one of the areas where you like wash the vehicles. And like I sat in there for like 2 hours. So sorry, there was like nobody else there. There was like one other person. They were off to the left of me in a separate carport area to wash, and scrub. And I would have been more quick, by the way, if there was a bunch of other people there. I would have been quick, but sorry. And I was like sitting in there, and like all of a sudden there was I'm like watching on my phone because I had like this mount for my phone inside my car, and my phone was up on there, and I was just like watching a video or something, and then out of nowhere, I see like what I first I think is a giant blue, like dark, you know, blue like trash can being lifted and over to dump into like a larger trash container or something, you know. And I look over to the left of my phone, and I see that it has nothing to do with trash, and that in the next parking lot over, or the next slot over the building, it's like small office building. It's about 2 stories, and it's maybe like 25, 30 feet away from me. And it's it was like a 25, maybe like around 25 feet long, like UFO, and it's just moving over like that. And I'm like looking at it, and there's like I the only real thing I can really remember about it is that it had like a window on it, like a submarine window. And I take a look at it, and I'm seeing it at most for like two, two, 2 to 3 seconds, and it just moves on over until like there's something else that was like obstructing my view, and it's like maybe like a foot like away from the building, just moving over just like that. And then it like passes, and then I forget, but there's like something obstructing my view. And I remember like slapping myself right afterwards because I was so stunned. Like, was I dreaming again? And it was real. And I don't know what it was doing, or it was a pretty wild. I even tried chasing after it after I saw that, and I went all around, but I couldn't see it again. So, but I thought I'd just throw that in there just because, there's so many people now who saying, they've seen things, like so many of them. Like, I even know someone uh, here where I'm living, like someone else has seen it. So, and they like while driving or something, and so many other people. So I thought I'd just throw that in there. But anyways, those were the dreams. Maybe it relates, maybe it doesn't. But this would just be an update to the second video. Okay, thanks for watching.